Hey, my name is Lauren. I'm an artist here with Saint, and I'm going to be teaching y'all today how to know if your foundation shade is too light or too dark on your skin and what to do about it. So if you have gotten your palette or if you've used it for a while, you're probably familiar with how these creams work and how they should be lasting on the skin and looking on the skin. So if you feel like you are not getting the quality results that you are typically used to when you first tried out the makeup, let's break down what to look for. So when you get color matched to your custom palette, you are getting color matched to a few different kind of shades. These shades are meant to complement your skin and really match your skin. But we go through different seasons when it comes to the weather and changing from summer to fall to winter to spring. So with that being said, our skin is constantly changing as well, which means you might need about 2 to 3 highlight shades to work with throughout those seasons and to really transition. And so we're going to be breaking down today what that could look like. Let's break down what it looks like if your foundation shade is too light. So when your foundation shade is too light on your skin, what you're going to want to look for is if it's enhancing fine lines and enlarging pores, then you are going to have a too light of a shade. If your foundation shade is too light, you're going to notice that's going to be cakey and actually show texture on the skin, which is the exact opposite of what cream makeup should be doing. If your foundation shade is also too light, you're probably going to notice that it's going to be sliding off or not lasting throughout the day. That usually happens around the cheek area and the jawline, and as soon as you notice that, you should know that it is time to change your highlight shade. Another thing that you should be looking for when it comes to seeing if your foundation shade is too light is it actually won't conceal redness or hyperpigmentation. And so if you are using it to really conceal redness on the cheeks or redness around the jawline, or you might have hyperpigmentation in the most sun hit areas, you'll notice that it's not going to do justice for that, which means we just need to go a shade or two darker for your skin. Lastly, if your shade is too light, you're probably going to notice that you're getting a little bit more oily, greasy throughout the day. That's going to be in the T-zone area that you might see that you're just feeling super wet. And if that's the case, if you feel like you're setting your makeup, doing everything you need to do, and you're still feeling that way, it's probably just a little too light. And again, bump up to a shade or two darker. Now, if your makeup is too dark on your skin, so if you feel like it's just not doing justice, not matching exactly on the skin, here's what's going to happen. You're probably going to notice an orange cast on your face. So if we're applying our makeup on the face and it's too dark, you're probably going to see the difference from your face to your neck. We call this the floating head. So if you feel like you're getting an orange cast and it's not matching and everything is just floating around and not doing what it should be doing, your foundation shade is probably too dark. Another thing to look for when your foundation shade is too dark, if it's feeling super heavy on the skin. So this is going to be like in the cheek area and around here where you look closely in the mirror and you're like, why does it look heavy? Why does it feel heavy? That's most likely because your shade is too dark, and that's okay. There are going to be certain areas that you're going to want to apply your foundation shade. Typically in the jawline area, we are a bit more fair than we are in the forehead area because the sun is going to hit us naturally the most in the high points areas. It's not going to hit us here when you are out in the sun. So this is why we always say stick to about 2 to 3 highlight shades, foundation shades that you can transition through, because normally you'll have a lighter shade in the jawline area and work your way up to a deeper shade in the forehead area. But then that lighter shade that you're using for your brightener or your jawline area can then be your foundation shade for the winter time or when the colder season comes. So when you are getting color matched or you're looking for a new color match, don't forget to grab yourself a few different shades or ask your artist, hey, when I'm transitioning to this time, can you recommend a shade that I can also add in my compact so we can transition through the seasons and make it a seamless application for you to love your makeup and for your makeup to do justice for your skin.